Hi everybody, my name is Lynn Cotter. How you doing? Hey! Everybody's having a good time? Yeah! Alright, so just so you know, one of my jobs is I sell drugs. Yeah. That's what I do, right? It's great. I work for the largest cartel in America, the insurance companies. So.
Nice.
I am from a small town in Massachusetts called North Brookfield, which is pretty much a postage stamp. We don't even have a red light in town, so that's amazing. I've been married 3 times. At this point, I have a punch card from the lawyer. If I get 5, I get 1 free. Yeah, so I had a beater, a biker, and a bastard. So yeah, I've had the 3 Bs. Yeah, and it's really bad when you have to say that the second husband, which was the biker, was probably the best one of them all, and his name was Hacksaw. So.
Was it Jim? What's his name, Jim?
No. I'm from the Generation X, right? So we're the lost people of the world. We're also the meanest, just so you know, because we used to have horrible things happen to us. When we were in gym class, we had dodgeball. Does everybody remember dodgeball? Right? Dodgeball was wonderful back when we were kids because we had to use the real rubber balls that actually left marks in your face. Yeah. Our cheerleaders were the meanest goddamn bitches that ever fucking walked the face of this earth and had every football player up their ass. Literally. I did want to ask one thing. So when I pulled in the parking lot tonight, I did notice that there's a place across the street called the Ballroom. Right? Is it a strip club? Right? I always wanted to know that because that would have been a great name for a strip club, is the Ballroom. Yeah, so I am a single parent. My son is old enough now that he has his own family, but I think that my daughter-in-law made out because if you're ever going to meet a guy, ladies, what you want to do is you want to get one that was raised by a single mom because they already know how to run the washing machine, they already know how to run the vacuum cleaner, and they know if it doesn't get done, you're not going to do it. So they all, they do if they're trained right. But we're talking about millennial kids now, right? So if it's after 5, they don't do it anyways. So. Gen X, we used to have 3 jobs at a time. I had a job grooming dogs, then I had a job selling flowers, and then I had a job selling cemetery plots to live people, which was a killer job, I do have to say. It's always great when your son has, take your parent to class day and then they get to tell them what they do, and that's what I had to say I do. What's your mom do? She sells dirt to live people. That's what she does.
However you want to play it.
And I was good at it, so that's worse.
Okay, cool.
So I did work a lot. However, when I had a day off, I was trying to be the housewife. I was trying to be nice to my son. So I'd go up and I'd do things like, I walked up into his room one day and I said, oh, I'm going to do his laundry. Guess what? This kid is 16 years old. A scary thing is to go into a 16-year-old child's room and try to pick up his laundry. Because socks just stand up on their own. Towels are stiff. It was just disgusting. So I took all that stuff, I put it in the hamper, I brought it downstairs, I washed it all, I dried it all, I brought it upstairs. Now, I went to go put away his clothes for him. What is the number one thing, usually in America, that goes to the top drawer of a bureau? Socks and underwear. Yeah. I opened up the kids' drawer, it's condoms. Tons of condoms. There's red ones, there's green ones, there's sparkle ones. I'm like, oh my God, maybe I am working too much. What's this kid into, right? So I wait till he comes home and I says, listen, I said, I put your clothes away today and I went into your top drawer. And he goes, I can explain. Do you notice how you never have to give me lunch money anymore? And I'm like, oh fuck. Like, what are you doing? He goes, oh yeah, he goes, I sell them to all the kids in school. He said, because then, you know, they don't want to go down and buy them. Their parents won't let them, so I sell them to them. I buy them for $5 a pack. I sell them for, you know, $2.50 each. And I'm like, oh, that's great. I goes, now you're grounded. And he says, well, why am I grounded? I goes, because had you told me we could have gone to the free clinic, you could have gotten them for free, and you would have made 100% profit on those. So it's just plain economics, right? If you're going to be a salesman, do it right. Take the free samples and sell them. You can't do that with drugs, just so you know. You can get serious shit for that. Found that out the hard way. The cops don't like opening up your trunk and seeing all that stuff. So my son did go into the Coast Guard, which was amazing because he was a 9/11 baby. So you know he wanted to get back at the people overseas. So he went into the Coast Guard because that's the only thing I would let him go into. Because he's like, Mom, he goes, everybody's going into the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. You want me to go into the Coast Guard? And I said, yes. You know why? Because there is no lakes in Afghanistan. You are my only child, and I love you, and that's the only way I'm going to let you go in. So he goes, well, that's fair, right? He served, right? He did amazing. He did 6 years in the military, which I'm very, very proud of him. My dad was in the military. One of my husbands was in the military. I think that's about it, yeah. But I was also, you know, like I said, I'm from Gen X, so I was a mean parent too. So my last name was Robinson at the time. So my son William, and anybody that's a Gen X knows that if your name is Will Robinson, when you're growing up, you got tons of shit when you were in high school because it was danger, danger, Will Robinson his whole entire life, right? But it was great for me because at Halloween, all I had to do was pull out that lawn chair, sit back in a dress, put my stockings up, get a cigarette, and get a bottle of booze, and I was Mrs. Robinson. So, yeah, I made it. But I have a very close relationship with my son now. Not like creepy close, but you know, we laugh a lot. My parents are older, so you know we have to go over there every once in a while. My mother says, Lynn, you really got to move out to the country. And I said, no, I don't. You have bears and shit in your yard. I don't need to see nature up close. I don't want to be in a Disney movie. And she goes, no, it's beautiful out here. You can wake up and you hear the peepers and it's wonderful. And I said, yeah, you know what? When my house, I can walk over to that wall. See that little thing? I can turn it and heat magically comes up from the floor. I don't have to load logs. I don't have to put in shaving. I don't have to do any of that shit. It's amazing. And she's like, well, all right, you got me there. All right, well, that is my time for tonight, guys. I thank you very, very much. And you guys have a great day. We've got a couple more comedians coming up.
Pretty nice to meet you.
Yeah, we'll get together.